Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan, and the topic of this 10-minute moan is looking at the rather miserable figures in what Glasgow is trying to do to reduce the deaths due to drugs in what is the drug capital of Europe. Now, a lot of you will know about the new centre that opened up last week where you can walk into a place in Glasgow now and take illegal Class A drugs without the fear of arrest. You can get in there and take heroin, snort cocaine, do whatever it is, it's your thing for kicks. And it was opened by much applaud by our government, the SNP, telling us how this was going to combat the drugs problem in not only Glasgow but Scotland. Currently over 1,172 drug deaths in the last recorded year, which is the worst per capita in Europe. And the figures have come out. I've got two things I need to talk to you about in this video, so please listen for the second one. But it came out today that 131 visits were obtained in this new Do As You Please consumption room in Glasgow, which averages 18 per day. Now, what we're not sure of, because statistics can be pretty strange things to understand, nobody has said whether the 18 visits per day are by 18 separate people. However, one thing is evidently clear: 131 over the week will not be 131 unique users. That is 131 visits to the centre. I would imagine majority of local people that have issues would probably be there more than once. So I think it's fair to assume that the figure is possibly as low as 18 and certainly nowhere near as high as 131 people getting help, if that's the word you want to use to describe this centre, which I think is appalling. When they say the expected cost of this centre will be 2.3 million per year. Now, to throw some comparison on that, I wasn't aware until today, but next door to that centre there's an existing project going on where we administer pharmaceutical strength heroin to heroin addicts. And they go twice a day, get taxied to the place, and they take heroin. Now, I'm not sure how that's going to help get them off drugs, but by giving somebody drugs, but I think the thought is it keeps them off street heroin. But I would imagine an addict being an addict, if the shelter's shut and they want a hit, they'll get a hit. So this place next door was estimated to be costing about the same amount of money per year, and the costs of that have risen to 6 million quid. Now, so the consumption room, the new venture, they're saying will cost £2.3 million to potentially give 18 people somewhere to take illegal drugs. I think it's fair to assume that those figures will be surpassed quite easily. So it'll turn into thousands of pounds per visit for people to walk in the door of this centre to allow people to stay drug addicts. The one that's mental is the one next door that only became apparent today by Anne-Marie Ward, who you'll know is trying to put stuff through Parliament just now, Scottish Parliament, to give addicts the choice of actually getting into priory type clinics where they can be rehabilitated and go and get help that way. However, the Scottish Government seem intent on not doing that and actually giving addicts drugs and living the way take drugs. That seems to be their way of solving this problem. So I wasn't aware of this heroin one next door until Anne-Marie enlightened me today. And that's worth now over £100,000 to give heroin addicts more heroin. And I just don't understand. I mean, I'm no drug rehabilitation expert, far from it, but common sense and logic would suggest to you that that's not going to solve the problem. That's just going to give you a different drug to be addicted to. But it's bonkers. So, we've got this showcase thing, which nobody's using in real terms. It could be 18 people a week using it, and we're spending millions on it, where we could spend those millions on giving them rehabilitation. That might be worth a thought. But this other programme, 6 million quid. There are 55 people through the programme, which works out to over £100,000. I'll give you the exact figure. That's right, it's £102,000 per person to keep them on heroin. And so if you work that out, that's £2,000 per week per person on that service. £2,000 per week is about £300 per day. Per day, per patient. You could argue you'd be better just giving them 40 quid each, because it would probably do as much to help them get off drugs than actually giving them pharmaceutical grade drugs, which is most bizarre. It blows my mind. I can't grasp where the common sense and logic is in either of these ways of trying to reduce what is a horrific drug death tally in Scotland. I mean, you think about the figures, 1,172 in a year, and it makes me wonder who the poor 3 to 4 that are going to die today in Scotland, a place with a small population, due to drug abuse, when this is the ideas the Scottish Government come up with to try and solve the problem. It is horrific, it is sad. It breaks my heart. I've lost 2 friends to addictions. And I think we could find a better way. Between those two, we're definitely 6 million for the heroin one. They're telling us 2.3 for the consumption room. So a minimum 8 million. It'll probably end up 10 million by the time we get look at the books for the consumption centre. So, but anyway, between 8 and 10 million pounds, I would suggest, we're spending to keep drug addicts taking drugs, when it's probably fair to suggest that even a mere mortal like myself would think the best way of dealing with drug problems is actually getting people off the drugs. But that's a crazy world we live in when you're unfortunate enough to live in an SNP controlled Scotland of today, and that's got to change. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Please give me your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But most importantly of all, unless you are the Scottish Government who think this sort of stuff is going to work, not you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.